I'm going to hell!
But they keep trying, and hopefully they one day will succeed. Who knows? I know this much. I still hate the Crucible. While it is fun at times, it's a struggle, it's frustrating. And year 2 brought with it a lot of issues. Many of which I still don't understand why they happened or existed, but they're there. But it also brought a lot of interesting things that, for me, I loved. The raid. Oh my god, I love the raid. I truly enjoyed King's Fall. I will admit, I would have loved to have gotten another raid over the course of year 2. I would have liked to have gotten more PvE related content over the course of year 2. Year 2, regarding content, was very dry. And I'm not going to blame Bungie for this. There obviously were very specific reasons. Those will eventually, someday, hopefully come out, and we'll know what was really going on, why things got altered, adjusted, stopped, what have you. But year 2, while it was a very dry year content-wise, it had its moments. It had its ups, its downs, its pluses, its minuses. It was a fun year. And year 2 isn't over just yet, but we're getting close to the end. Now, over the course of year 2, though, there was one thing that started to eat away at me. And I've been specifically holding off because I wanted to talk about everything going into year 2, and I even want to talk about what's coming in year 3. But before I go any further, I have to address this because it's killing me inside. I have to talk about Planet Destiny and the way they share their content, or how they produce their content more specifically. Now, I want to publicly state right now, my opinions are mine and mine alone. I don't have any hate or ill will toward any of the contributors to Planet Destiny, but I have a very strong opinion about the way they review perks and guns and so on and so forth. I go to Planet Destiny like many people do to find out information on things, to find out reviews and opinions of these reviews for guns and missions and things of that sort. Also, I go there to find out help on quests and stuff like that, needing information to do things, so on and so forth. It's all good stuff. But when you watch one of their gun reviews, they spend, I would say, 85% of their review discussing how the weapon works in PvP. I don't give a fuck about PvP, Planet Destiny, nor does, 75% of the player base of Destiny? Okay, maybe 75% is a high number, but I know it's over 50, hell, I know it's over 60% of the player base of Destiny does not play PvP. What, you didn't know that? Yeah, it's a known number. The large majority of people that play this game do not play the PvP. There's a lot of people who don't have exotic swords because they refuse to play the PvP. There's a lot of people who don't have a chaperone, who don't have a first curse, who don't have a lot of different weapons that you can only get from PvP. And with good reason. They don't like the way it feels. They don't like the way it plays. The connection issues and so on and so forth. And yet, here's a group whose sole interest is sharing how these weapons, these perks, this armor, so on and so forth, works or doesn't work in PvP. To the point where I kid you not, and I've got a lot of respect for these guys and what they do, but for the love of fucking Christ, man, I don't give a shit about PvP. How about you spend an equal amount of time testing the gun in PvE as well as PvP? How about you talk about the perks for PvP after you talk about the perks for PvE? For the love of God, I am so sick and tired of people talking about PvP in this game. If this game becomes another MLG fucking bullshit game, I will be pissed. I love Destiny. I say this with sincerity. I love this game immensely. There is a vocal grouping of the Destiny player base right now that wants to see this game become a competitive esports game. Please, God, no. Please. No. No. In my honest opinion, would I like to see this game become a competitive game? It's already competitive in PvP. Do we need to give it like esports, quote unquote, bullshit? No. Unless it's done internally. And I say internally by Bungie sponsors, arranges, organizes, and presents these events. Then I would be okay with it. I would be 100% behind that. But I don't want to see MLG bullshit. No, please, God, no. I enjoy Crucible like most people that do play it from time to time. I do enjoy it. But again, Planet Destiny claims to be there to help the player base. When the majority of the player base doesn't play PvP, your reviews are not helpful to them. When you talk about certain perks being great for PvP, but then say nothing about PvE, you're doing a disservice to the community you claim to champion. So, as a loyal supporter of your website and of your YouTube channel, please, people of Planet Destiny, put some more emphasis into PvE. I'm so sick and tired of watching your podcast and your gun reviews, and I'm so tired of the PvP. I don't care about PvP, and there's a lot of people that feel the same way as I do. Focus a little more on PvE, please. Spend less than 5 seconds mentioning PvE in the video when you're reviewing a gun or a piece of armor. You don't care about PvP as much. This is coming from the majority of people that play this game. Just saying. At the end of the day, all people that play Destiny will play PvE. Even the few, and there are a very small number of people that only, and I mean only, ever play PvP. Even they are gonna play fucking PvE at some point. They're gonna have to if they want certain stuff. They're gonna have to if they want to participate in certain things. Just saying, it's a thing. So, please, stop focusing so much on PvP. Stop trying to force this game to be something it's currently not. If they add in the features and the means for this game to become a competitive gaming environment, I will support the heavily pushed PvP content. But until such time, do me and everyone else a huge fucking favor and stop. Just stop. Driving us mad, man. Thank you. I feel better. I actually could go on ranting and raving, but the truth is, I've said enough. I do get very offended, and no, not offended, that's the wrong word. I get upset when I watch, and not just Planet Destiny, there's a lot of people on YouTube and Reddit and elsewhere that only ever discuss the PvP perks and I guess you could say positives to certain guns or gear, and they don't ever focus on the PvE side of things. And while there are certain exotics, Ruin Wings being a perfect example of that are almost exclusively PvE related. By the way, Ruin Wings need a buff, Bungie. I'm just saying. Especially now that Yalorhorn's coming out, you need to buff those fuckers a lot. I want to see heavy ammo drop for fucking days, dude. Like, come on. Surplus perk does not fucking work in this game. It's broken. Fix it. Just saying. I don't know why I'm throwing in these random things. We're kind of at the tail end here, you guys, of this commentary, of this podcast. We got like another 15, 20-ish minutes to go. I'm going to take one last little break. I don't know if you guys know this. I took one earlier before we entered into year 2. Well, I'm going to take one right now as we start to talk about what's coming inside of Destiny and what I hope to see in year 3. You know, as I am closing out this long-winded commentary over the last few episodes and what will eventually be released as one massive podcast, I have said that I will be posting this entire thing as a podcast at a later date, and I still plan to do that. However, one thing I want to mention is I'm not going to be listing the video. In fact, for all intentional purposes, it will be included as a link, probably through my Twitter feed or something. You'll have to go to one of my social platforms to find it. I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there now. I'll probably make mention of this again in a few minutes, but just because, you know, the next episode, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so all that said and done, let's talk about what's going on inside of year 3, because we're getting ready to start year 3, and I, like a lot of people, am excited for what year 3 is going to bring.